Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading 3 weight loss stories. The first story is called I'd Kill to Be As Small As I Was When I First Saw Myself As Fat. The second story is called I Was Tired of Just Being Cute for a Big Girl. Let me tell y'all how I lost my weight. And the third is a short motivational post for weight loss. And please tap subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track and to join the Narwhals. I'd kill to be as small as I was when I first saw myself as fat, and I'm going to. I feel like for the first time in my life, I am serious about losing the weight. I'm killing off my bad habits of overeating, killing off my laziness and starting to work out in the afternoons, killing off my mindset of, I can't do this. I'm 26 years old, I'm 6 feet tall and weigh 280 pounds, and I am going to change that. Update: 25 pounds and a little over a month ago, I posted about the start of my weight loss journey, and boy, has it been going great. It's like for the first time I'm truly all in to making this happen, and weighing in on the lower half of 250s a little over a month after weighing in at 280 feels incredible. Thanks to all the offered advice and moral support. You all rock. Now, on to the next 25. I was literally a 118-pound high school athlete thinking I was fat. I hate the cultural influences that made me think I was fat because I don't have a naturally teeny waist. 100%. I thought I was super fat in high school when I was actually at my skinniest because I wore a size 7 jeans instead of a size 0 or 00. I had such low self-esteem. Looking back at pictures, I'm so sad now realizing how distorted my thinking was. I would kill to be a 7 again. Right, I look at pictures of me at my smallest and I wish I could go back. At my smallest, 5'4", 160 pounds, I was constantly called fat, and yes, maybe I could have lost 10 pounds or so, but if I chose to ignore people and treat my body with love, patience, and care by walking and moving more instead of feeling hopeless, the now 80 pounds weight gain from all the insecurities and negative self-belief could have been avoided. That's why I'm now handling my weight loss journey with patience and giving myself grace and self-love. Same, it's my goal weight now, and I'm struggling hard. I've been super stressed and eating my feelings. Struggle is natural. I've tried many times before and it never just clicked like it did this time. Just work on loving yourself. I've learned to accept my body, but at the same time, I can see the me that I'm aiming for under my skin. I see it there every time I look at myself, and when I work out or when I stop myself from going back for a second serving, I think about the me under the weight that I'm working so hard to bring out, and I get excited. I'm 5'4", and in 8th grade I was 115 pounds, and wearing baggy clothes to hide myself since most kids didn't weigh more than 100. I was a swimmer, still am, and wish I could go back and smack some sense into my former self. I feel that title. I remember seeing myself as fat at 10. I still was growing. I was told by my mom she'd give me $200 for new clothes if I lost weight when I was 13. When I look at the pictures from then, I hadn't even hit my full height, was still filling out. I was small then, and yet I wish I was that size again. I wish I could go back to that. I understand the feeling. I used to be very fat in high school. I was 172 pounds with the 5'2" frame. At 17, I lost 50 pounds and ended up in 127 pounds, a very nice weight for my height, but I still felt miserable and as fat as before. In college, I've gained 20 pounds, but I was taller and had a more feminine shape, yet still felt too big to wear certain clothes. This quarantine got me back to the 170s range, and now I can realize how good I used to look, and I feel mortified. It's been heartbreaking and slightly comforting reading these comments. Heartbreaking because so many of us seem to have had similar past where for whatever reason we didn't like our body and yet we just let it get worse and worse. I'm by no means an expert, literally just a random who lost 25 pounds, but I feel like the dislike for our bodies made us look away and ignore it because it was easier than accepting where our body was and where we were letting it go. And I say comforting because while it's sad, it's also nice to read some of the success stories of others like us who have been able to come back from that and are doing amazing. It means that we can do it too. And even better yet, we have a whole community of people who are on different stages of this journey who will continue to be great moral support to keep us going. Thanks again for all the kind words and to those who resonate with the title. You got this. Let me tell y'all how I lost my weight. I was tired of just being cute for a big girl. I wanted to be attractive. I tried so many times to get the weight off, but it never worked. I never stuck with it. I couldn't figure out why it was so hard for me to be disciplined. I wasn't into the fast fixes like liposuction or tummy tucks, so I knew I'd have to exercise to reach my goal. Until I realized that I was trying to reach a goal to appease other people more than myself. I knew I liked food, so I took the process slow, went at my own pace and to the beat of my own drum. First, I started wearing clothes my size. I had a bad habit of buying smaller clothing like it would magically make me look smaller to the world. I got rid of all the polka dots, stripes, and black garments I'd wear to appear thinner. I bought clothing I thought was cute and that I felt comfortable wearing. Clothing I did not have to pull or tug at to make fit. It wasn't a secret that I was a big girl and I needed to embrace it or change it, period. Then I tackled my insecurities. I hated my arms with a passion, and the fat that would swing under them as I waved to people from afar. I didn't wear sleeveless shirts, and I barely wore t-shirts because I was just too self-conscious about my wings. I used to joke and tell people that Red Bull gave me wings, lol, so they knew that I knew about my wings. One morning, I woke up, brushed my teeth, and stared at myself naked in the mirror. I told myself, frig it, love it, and I flapped my wings like a bird and kissed them. I looked at my post-baby droopy stomach, I caressed it, and I told myself that my stomach was beautiful and that my stretch marks were just my children's autograph. I named it my bacon, egg, and cheese because my stretch marks reminded me of bacon for some odd reason. It makes people laugh to this day. I'm comfortable with it. I looked at my thighs, grabbed them, and I yelled, "Cellulite," to myself in the mirror, making myself laugh. I thought to myself, this is me and will always be me unless I choose to change it. I still do my mirror ritual to this day. The day came when I was out riding the bus. I was extremely hungry. It felt as if my stomach and back were having a conversation. When I got off the bus, I had the opportunity to go and get food. But this new, frig it, love it me didn't want any food because I didn't want to feel bloated, uncomfortable, and too full in my cute outfit. I remember thinking, OMG, I actually think I'm cute today. I really felt good about myself. So much that I felt I was too good for a hamburger, y'all. I was so proud of myself that day. I was determined to feel that good about myself every day. I started experimenting with food portions to see how small of a portion I could eat and still be satisfied. I paid attention to the foods I ate and the effects they had on my body. What foods cause bloating, a heavy mense, greasy food for me, etc., and that's my weight loss journey began. I found exercising boring, so I made a playlist of all my favorite twerking songs and danced till they were all done and I was drenched in sweat. I swept instead of vacuuming, used the stairs instead of an elevator. I'd take the stairs 2 at a time. I would curl gallons of milk while waiting to check out in the grocery store. I'd do a squat after picking up each toy left on my living room floor. I'd run to get the mail and run back. I started out small, but the changes I started to see were big. Soon, I started to feel too cute for a lot of things, like eating unhealthy food that would ruin all my work and how I felt about myself. The people who were never interested but all of a sudden were, the you don't have to lose weight, I like you the way you are people, the unencouraging people. I felt too good to stay stuck in the past, to not get out and go places. I felt good enough to stay disciplined and to stick to what was now my goal. The Love Yourself First diet works. From 289 pounds, I am now 170. Someone once told me if I had started committing to losing weight when I first thought I wanted to, I'd be in incredible shape by now. I need to stick to this idea, stop worrying about how long it'll take to reach your goal, and just start going for it. Yeah, we get really caught up in timelines and goals and the perfect plan instead of taking it one moment at a time mindfully and learning our own minds and best practices that fit our own individual lives. It's easy to get impatient because society tells us we can't be happy or get what we want until we reach our body weight goal, but that's not true. We can find happiness along the way and know that we are of value now and forever, and that the weight loss will come in piece by piece and not always in a perfectly linear fashion, and that's all okay. Yes, completely. What also helps me is knowing that improvements don't just come from meeting my goal, but along the whole journey. 1/10 of the way there, you probably feel more in control. 1/4 of the way there, bet it's easier to move about. 3/4 of the way there, who is that woman in the mirror? And this is to any endeavor in life, honestly, and it's amazing if you really think about it. Wanted to learn that language last year but felt overwhelmed and stopped, and then started thinking about it again now. You'd be pretty fluent in it if you kept going, even if you did only a few minutes a day at first to get a nice flow going. Like New Year's resolutions, so many people make the same goal but never follow through. If they stuck with that goal 5 years ago, they would be a master in whatever they have chosen. And people get overwhelmed and start to feel discouraged. You want to lose those 20, 30, whatever pounds in a week, but a week later you only lose 1 or 2, maybe even gained water weight in between, even though you still lost fat, and that's when people quit. But take it slow, because time really does fly. And through many past failures and regaining weight myself, 150 pounds regained 2 to 3 times, here I am, my first time in my 21 years of life having abs after being obese my entire life. Also, there was some good advice I saw once. Weight loss is like a toilet paper roll. You barely notice it coming off until you keep on, and suddenly, every sheet, pound, makes a huge difference on the roll, your body. Sorry for the huge paragraph, diet and exercise gets me excited. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. And please tap subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track and to join the Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the Day. January 2020 versus January 2021, a 40 kilo difference.